Hey, what's up everyone, Same Time Gaming here. Welcome back from the Division 2 weekly vendor reset. Well guys, there is no maintenance or anything, so let's just go to these vendors real quick. So the first named item we have here is the Grudge SMJ. Comes with the perfect vindictive talent. We have 8.4% of stability, 14.5 of crit chance, and 11% of SMG damage. If you want, you can give it a go. It's pretty fun SMG to run. Get that crit chance, crit damage for you and your teammates. Next, we have the converted SMG-9 SMG with in-sync talent, 8.5% of magazine size, 14.5% of crit chance, 12.2% of SMG damage. G36 enhanced assault rifle with future perfect talent, 8% crit damage, 16.5% health damage, 9.5 assault rifle damage. A serious pistol with breadbasket talent, 8.2% stability, 12.2% of pistol damage. A Richter Kaiser backpack with shotgun or talent, 15,064 is the health, and 7.2% of skill damage. We have Providence chest piece with skill talent. We have armor region here, crit damage 10.5%, and weapon damage of 10.8%. Next, we have offensive protocol mod, which is 7.3% of headshot damage, a drone mod, which is 7.9 scan range, a turret mod, which is 5.9 skill haste, and last we have a stick launcher mod, which is 4.9% of blast radius. Alrighty guys, we're here at the clans vendor, so let's take a look. We got the Night Watcher mask here, what comes with always armor here, and we have 100% scanner pulse haste. And then we have 8.8% of status effect. So if you want, you can use that, reduce your pulse cooldown. You know, it only works on the scanner pulse, so yeah. And next we have hardwire gloves with 7.6% of explosive resistance. Then we have a tip of the spear chest piece with maxed out weapon damage, armor region here as well. Next we have a negotiate dilemma holster with maxed out headshot damage, 8.4% of weapon damage. Then we have the UIC-15 Mod 2 rifle with reformation talent. We have 7% of health damage, maxed out crit damage, and 10.4% of rifle damage. The Officer's M9A1 pistol with strain talent, 8% of health damage, 12.1% pistol damage. A Police M4 assault rifle with in-sync talent, we have maxed out headshot damage. Then we have 18.5 health damage and 7.4% assault rifle damage. Surplus SVD with range talent, we have 7% damage to target out of cover, 100% of headshot damage, and 12.8% of marksman rifle damage. Actually, pretty good stats. I already made a Aces and 8 kind of spammable build where I use the SVD. So if you want, you can use this. It's pretty good. All right, next we have 586 Magnum pistol with breadbasket talent, 10% of magazine size, 11.3 pistol damage. A Golden Gear chest piece with Intimidate talent. We have 9.7% of hazard protection, 9.5% of skill damage, but very low armor. But hey, you can still use this. I mean, Intimidate talent on a golden chest piece is really nice to have. Plus, you already have hazard protection, so you know what you can make, you know. All right, next we have Sheshka backpack with concussion talent. We have 10.8% of skill haste, 8.2% explosive resistance, 12.3% of weapon damage. A utility protocol mod, which is 8.8% of skill duration. Offensive system mod, which is 4.8% crit chance. A shield mod, which is 1% damage bonus per enemy. A drone mod, which is 6.5% of deflect duration. Alrighty guys, we're here at the theater settlement, so let's take a look. We got the firm handshake, which is a name circle of gloves. Always comes with the 15% of status effect. We have 4.4% of crit chance and 8.3% of weapon damage. Then we have a 612 shotgun with reformation talent, 3.1% of rate of fire, 7% of damage to armor, and then we have 13.3% of shotgun damage. A Police MK17 rifle with perpetuation talent, 9.5% stability, 10% of crit damage, and 10.4% rifle damage. A Walker Harris and Company gloves with 9.3% of weapon damage, 7% of weapon handling, 9.5% of crit damage. Overload ornaments knee pads with maxed out explosive resistance here, 4.2% crit chance and 5.7% of weapon damage. Then we have defensive protocol mod, which is 8.5% of blind death resistance. A secret mod, which is 4.3% damage. Shield mod, which is 4.1 holster regeneration. Firefly mod, which is 6% blind effect duration. And last we have a decoy mod, which is 6% of health. Okay guys, we're here at the campus settlement, so let's take a look. We got the Carnage LMG, comes with perfect sadist talent. We have 8.5% of optimal range, 9% of damage to target out of cover, and 10.7% of LMG damage. You can change that to damage to armor, and you can use this on a like an ongoing directive kind of bleed build or something like that. We have the Paratrooper SVD marksman rifle with reformation talent, 8% of crit damage, 94% of headshot damage, and 11.3% of marksman rifle damage. We have the Black Market RPK LMG with unhinged talent, 11.4% swap speed, 11% of damage to target out of cover, and 9.5 LMG damage. A Sheshka mask with 11.3% weapon damage, 4.7% crit chance, and 5.8 skill damage. Pretty decent one. You can change that to crit damage, you can use it. And next we have Hana Yu holster with health on it and has protection, 8.3%. A utility system mod, which is 10% of skill haste, a chem launcher mod, which is 4.3% damage, a hive mod, which is 4.2% duration, pulse mod, which is 8.9% radius, and last we have a trap mod, which is 5.9% of shock radius. Alrighty guys, we're here at the DZ East vendor, so let's take a look. We got the Carnage LMG here again, with perfect sadist talent, 8.8% of reload speed, 9% of damage to target out of cover, and 9.1% of LMG damage. If you want to buy it, don't buy this one. Buy the other vendor one because that will cost you credit. This will cost you DZ credit. Next we have M700 Tactical Marksman Rifle with the Ranger talent, 8.7% of stability, 100% of headshot damage, 9% of Marksman Rifle damage. Then we have Black Market RPK LMG here again with Major talent, 3.9% of rate of fire, 8% of damage to target out of cover, and 9.5% of LMG damage. A Future Initiative Mask with 7% of skill damage, Ongoing Directive Holster with 10.6 weapon damage, 10.1 crit damage, a Yalgir Mask with armor here, has a protection, explosive resistance. Yeah, it's actually a good one. It's a Yalgir piece. Although a Hollow Man would have been nice, but you have a hazard protection here and explosive resistance, which you can change to like crit chance, crit damage. So yeah, you can use this. Alright, next we have Channelite Industry Holster with 7.3% status effect and armor regen here. A Utility System mod, which is 8.2% skill duration. A Chem Launcher mod, which is 4.3% duration. Hive mod, which is 4.2% duration. And a Pulse mod, which is 8.7% of radius. Then we have a Trap mod, which is 4.1% of duration. Okay, guys, we're here at DZ South vendor, so let's take a look. We got the Bellstone Armory, which is the Liquid Engineer. Comes with the perfect Bloodsucker talent. We have skill damage here, 7.5%, 9.1 has a protection, and obviously armor there. So yeah, if you want, you can use it. Kind of like a hazard, regen, armor on kill hybrid type of build. A Bloodsucker also gives you bonus armor, so you got like a lot of bonus armor there stacking up. You can use it like that. Alright, next we have Tactical UMP 45 SMG with steady-handed talent, 8% of magazine size, 12.5 crit chance, and 13.2% of SMG damage. The ACR Assault Rifle with Ranger talent, 7% damage to target out of cover, 14% health damage, and 10.2% Assault Rifle damage. A First Wave PF45 Pistol with Ranger talent, 9% headshot damage, 10.6 pistol damage. Then we have True Patriot Backpack with armor of course, and we have armor regen, 3,946. Hardwire chest piece with 7% of headshot damage. Ultimate Backpack with Clutch talent, 8.3% hazard protection, 8.7% of status effect. Sheshka holster, oh no, sorry, not holster, chest piece, yeah. With Brace talent, we have 8.3% skill damage, 9.6% of crit damage, and 9.7% of weapon damage. It's actually a good one. I was actually looking this one when I was trying to make a kind of like a no recoil type of build with Brace talent on a rifle. So I was looking for a Sheshka, like a chest piece with braced on it and like weapon damage, crit chance, or crit damage. So I can change the other one. So yeah, you can, if you want, you can use it like that. Next we have Offensive System mod, which is 7.2% headshot damage. A Drone mod, which is 8.1% scan range. Turret mod, which is +1 sniper ammo. And last we have a Sticky Launcher mod, which is 5% of blast radius. Alrighty guys, we're here at the final Dark Zone vendor, which is DZ West. So let's take a look. We got the Emperor's Guard here. I was about to say that the DZ vendor this week is kind of bad, but yeah, Emperor's Guard makes it kind of good, I would say, because 1% armor regen comes with this beautiful piece. We have headshot damage here, which is pretty nice. You can change the skills here to like armor on it, but then honestly, if you're making an armor regen type of build and you already have like, let's say, Balestone, Golden Gear, or Memento Backpack and stuff like that, you have pretty much a lot of armor. So if you have 1.5 million armor, you're good. Then I think you can ignore the +1 skills here and keep it like that, just to give your skills a bit more boost, and change maybe the headshot damage to like crit damage, crit chance, or even armor regen over here. So it's I would say it's a must buy. Just pick it up, right? And if you're making a headshot like sniper regen build, then yeah, headshot is here already. All right, next we have a military M870 shotgun with ignited talent. We have 12.1% of swap speed, 9% of damage to armor, 11.3% of shotgun damage. Then we have the UCS .45 ACP rifle with eyeless talent, 12.7% swap speed, 11% crit damage, 9.5 rifle damage. Eclipse Protocol gloves with 7.4% of skill damage. Foundry Bulwark with armor, of course, and we have 7.2 skill damage. Walker Harris gloves with 11% weapon damage, 16.4 repair skin and health on it. We have Wyvernware knee pads with 5.5% of weapon handling, 8.4% of explosive resistance. A defensive system mod, which is 8.2% of burn resistance. Seeker Mine mod, which is 4.3% of damage. a shield mod, which is 4% damage bonus per enemy, firefly mod, which is +1 max target, and last we have a decoy mod, which is 5.5% of duration. So that's it for this vendor. Let's go to New York. Alrighty guys, we're here at New York Haven Settlement. Let's take a look what Benitez got for us. We got the Fall Assault Rifle here with Strain Talent, crit damage of 8%, 15% of health damage, and 10.8% of assault rifle damage. Pretty solid one. I would change that to damage to target out of cover or damage to armor, and strain, just keep it like this. So yeah, it's pretty good. Use it with Striker maybe, and it's going to do quite a lot of damage. Next, you have the Tactical M249 Para LMG with Future Perfect Talent, 5% damage to armor, 8% damage to target out of cover, 11.3% of LMG damage. Then we have the USC. I always make mistake. 0.45 ACP rifle with Killer Talent, 8.1% of accuracy, 12% of crit damage, and 11.6% of rifle damage. Then you have the PX 4 Storm Type F pistol with Lucky Shot Talent, 12.2% swap speed, 10.6 pistol damage. Overload Ornaments chest speeds with Mad Bomber Talent, 8.6% status effect, 6% weapon handling, and 11.3 weapon damage. Empress International knee pads with 9.6% of skill haste, 5.1% of crit chance. Pretty good for a hybrid. You can change that skill haste to like skill damage, you know. And next we have Murakami Mask with 7.2% of skill damage, 6.5% weapon handling. A defensive system ending mod, which is 8.3% of bleed resistance. A defensive protocol resilience mod, which is 8.6% of blind death resistance. Secret Mind mod, which is 4.2% radius, Cam Launcher mod, which is 4.1% duration, and last we have a Trap Charge mod, which is 4.2% of duration. Alrighty guys, we're here at the final vendor, so let's take a look. We got the Fall Assault Rifle here again, with Bird Basket Talent, crit damage 7%, 16.5 health damage, 9.8% of assault rifle damage. That one is better, not this one. Next we have the classic RPK LMG with Close and Personal Talent, 10%. 10.6% of swap speed, 8% of damage to target out of cover, 13.2% of LMG damage. Again, we have the USC 0.45 ACP rifle with Ignited Talent, 9% of headshot damage, 11% of crit damage, and 9.7% of rifle damage. The Military M9 pistol with Vindictive Talent, 3.7% rate of fire, 10.6% of pistol damage. A 511 Tactical Backpack with Safeguard Talent. We have Armor Regen here, 8.3% of status effect, and obviously armor. And we have Empress International gloves with armor regen and crit damage 9.9%. A Fenris holster with 10.6 weapon damage, 10.1 crit. I was going to say crit chance, but skill haste, 7.2% of headshot damage. Utility system mod, which is 8.6% of duration. Utility protocol mod, which is 10.2% skill haste. A drone mod, which is 6.3% deflect duration. A firefly mod, which is 5.9% damage. And last, we have a stick launcher mod, which is 4.2% of skill haste. So that's it for the weekly vendor, guys. I would say the vendor is pretty decent. I mean, there are some god roll stats there for new players to kind of like recalibrate and stuff like that. And you know, Empress Guard knee pad is always nice to have. Plus you also have the Bloodsucker, perfect Bloodsucker backpack there as well, so if you want you can buy that. So that's basically for the video, guys. You know, hope you'll find what you're looking for, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.